Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Are you okay? In your neck
when we dry them up, too cold. No go too deep, you know. Yeah, you have to watch Joe, you know. Our troops, see there? Apple cider vinegar and our troops. Come up right, make them get saturated in the gravy and all of that.
On today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, I'll be sharing with you how to prepare some liver. Stewed liver, cook up liver, whatever. We just say liver in Jamaica. Yeah. So, the very first thing you want to do is select a decent piece of liver. I find I have a piece here. It is semi-frozen. When you work with the liver, when it's like all thawed, it is really hard. Slips, it slides, because you know the nature of liver. But when you leave it to be like semi-frozen, you can work with it better. I can't show you how you peel that thin layer of thing over it, because my butcher, he always does that. So select a piece of liver with this color. It's always best, I find. The livers that are darker in color, they are always really chewy, hard to get nice, refined eats from them. And I find too that those darker color livers comes from the animals that are aged, more aged. That is just what I find. Maybe that's not for you. You don't find it that way, but that's what I really find out over the years. I always opt for the lighter colors as to the darker ones. Now I have rinsed this with some green lime water. I just mix it and I rinsed it as it is. So I want to show you. Now you're gonna need a relatively sharp knife, and Dad, me hope say that knife here where you give me sharp, brother. So you want to start slicing in thin pieces. You see it? Yeah. So you can slice it as broad as you like depending on what you're using. So this is it. And sometimes inside here you can take out some of these little pieces. Sometimes it's not necessary. You can just really eat around it. Yeah. So if it's too much, you really have to remove it. But if it's not too much, then you can really eat around it, because you know the nature of liver. Get your slices in thin, remember. So the sharper your knife, you'll be able to make broad, thin slices depending on the cut of your liver. Because sometimes when you get it, this is from my butchers, when you get it in the supermarkets, it's pieces and pieces of liver that they compact together and freeze it. When you get it and it's thawed now, you realize that oh, this is just not what I was looking for. So I'm gonna go now and I am gonna continue slicing this liver and return. So remember now, I told you that I had rinsed with some green lime water, and you could also rinse again depending on how your liver. Mine is really clean, so I don't think I would really want to rinse again. Remember, the first thing you want to think about when preparing liver, you want to think about selection. Then you think about how you're gonna cut it. Then you think about preparation. Now I've added all there. So let me do this and return. Some people like liver, some people don't like. I love liver. I love liver. If you're somebody that loves liver, leave it in the comments. Some people don't eat it because they has never gotten it properly prepared. It's always true. It's always tough. Try to avoid the white vinegar if you have to, or if you can. It makes it chewy. Or if you're using it, just make a little white vinegar and water solution, rinse it with it. Don't leave it in there. It makes it chewy. So this is the key to your tender, juicy liver. A lot of people, 90-95% of you have this and you don't even use it. So you want to come here, this side, and you want to start. This is tenderizing the liver. You also do this with your steaks, your chicken breast steak, your beef, your pork. If you have mutton, whatever, So you want to tenderize it. And for the people where the little you know, the little something they where them have like this now, yeah, you can probably just itch off a little. Yeah, so this is telling you that you're gonna get soft, nice, tender liver. Let me show you one more piece and then we'll go season up. Just easily, you don't have to beat it as if it has done anything wrong and you're punishing it. You just give it and you find that the pieces will become even broader. So you do it to one side, turn it over and go ahead. And you can see that my butcher gave me a beautiful piece of liver. I didn't have a lot of cleaning and all those strings in the middle. O'Neill, Crossroad Meat Market, big up yourself, brethren. So next clip, fam. Okay, now cooking family, this is my liver. You see, when you try to attend or prepare it semi-frozen, you don't have a lot of liquid. Working with, rinse it first, let it drain. If it gets too soft, put it back in the freezer, let it get a little flash freezing, get a little bit harder. Now it is time for seasoning up our liver. Now this part is about you. Season your liver the way you want. I'm gonna do my garlic first as a norm. I really don't put the ginger, but if you feel like you want to put a little piece of ginger, then you can go ahead. But ginger is always more like, you know, it is a tenderizer too, but if I really don't really do it. But if there's nothing wrong if you want to put a little bit, not too much though, you know. So nothing wrong if you put ginger in your liver when you season up, do it. Whether ginger powder, fresh ginger root, whatever suits you, do you. You know that is my thing, fam. Do you. Now this is the time for big things, big boys, which is the scallion. Get a lot of the green parts in there. Mine are not so green because these days you don't even get the scallion them because they eat and everything. I'm putting some basil. So if you have your whatever you're seasoning, all-purpose liver seasoning, turkey, whatever you do, family. I'm putting right here a little bit, a pinch, not too much. That's not necessary. If you don't have it, you don't have to go all out to get it. A little pinch of black pepper. This is some freshly grounded pimento seeds, and I always like to put that in my liver. It gives it such a beautiful flavor. I'm gonna go now and I'm gonna add some Worcestershire. Okay, this is what I'm using. So you do you. I'll not add any salt at this point because all of these, they have salt in them. A really good amount, fairly good amount. This is a teriyaki. It is a marinade and it is also a sauce. I am gonna try some. Never used it before, but nothing is wrong. Let me get it all shaked up. And it smells. I have decided to use it because of the flavor that is coming from it. So that is why I'm not adding any salt. I'm gonna add, I don't know the nature of it, so I'm gonna add just that. And to this I'm gonna put some fresh thyme. Rosemary would be just good right here. So remember, this is liver. You saw how tender it is and how we did it, so you don't need to, we don't need that. So just gently. Well, somebody always in here want food. Okay, so we are gonna rub in our scallions gently rubbing in, and we are gonna get, wow, this marinade, it smells so good, fam. It's a teriyaki, it's a sauce, and it's also a marinade. I'm using it for marinade, and I think it's really good. It smells so good. We're gonna be long with this. We're not gonna be long. We're gonna give it probably a 15 or 20 minutes in. We don't need to do much because we have other stuff here and we have got our other stuff. Wow, family, this thing is the best. It is the best. So we're going to leave it right there. If you have cumin, you could put a little. Don't go too much. Don't go too much. You want to get your nice liver flavor. So I'm going to go leave this 15 minutes, the max, and return. I am ready for cooking, family. Yeah, this is our liver. And you see, I still don't have a lot of liquid, a lot of water. Family, the thing is, sometimes when you prepare liver and it becomes chewy, you see people, you season and then you wash and you have this whole lot of water in there. Liver and water they don't go well. The water makes the liver chewy. So I am preheating a fair amount of oil. Probably I think this is a cup or a cup and a little of oil. This is a kilogram, 1 kilogram of liver, 2 pounds of liver. So there's a video there that I showed doing liver with grease and doing liver without grease. I'm gonna leave that link for you. You go check it out, make your choice if you want to cook it with grease or not. So I have this here fairly heated. This is my liver, and I'm gonna put it right in there right now, and you're gonna get that beautiful sizzle. Be careful though, be careful. You want to turn every single thing out right here. And you notice I did not go down in there with a lot of liquid. Open the thing. You see the pace at which you must go. I have a frozen Scotch bonnet and I'm gonna put it in there. Dad is behind the camera. Can you say good morning, Dad? And I know that is not Dad's friend, but I am gonna be using the Scotch bonnet pepper to flavor. I'm not gonna cut it up in there. And look at what is happening in there. This oil is gonna cook this liver. This liver will not be cooked for more than 10 minutes. I'm gonna cover. Yes, you need to cover whilst it is there. It covers. It's gonna build some steam with that oil whilst the liver is being cooked. You don't want to get dry. And at the end of it, that steam along with that grease that we put in there, it's gonna make the gravy. So we're gonna leave it there probably another 3 minutes. We're gonna come see the color of it. We're gonna use some soy sauce to give it up a bit and to add a little extra salt. I will be using some ketchup. If you are not a fan of ketchup, then you can use some stewed tomatoes. Use what you want. I prefer to use the ketchup because there is a little sweet in the ketchup. And when that little sweet goes with all of these seasonings and the soy sauce with a little salt, there is a beautiful flavor in that liver gravy. So I prefer to use it. Now, I have got some green bell peppers and I'm going to be making some of this in strips. If you have red or yellow, orange, you could do what you want. I have here a large onion. Okay, so we're gonna bring that, put that in at a certain interval. These are coming from my refrigerator and they're all clean. I'll come back and I'll show you. I'll leave that for about 5 minutes and then I'll return. I'm going right in now, fam. And if you know the taste of beautiful liver, or the smell should say, you would know what is happening in my kitchen. I'm gonna go right now. For the very first time, I'm gonna turn it over. Look at that. Look at that. This liver is so tender. It is so nice. Look at that. With all of this in here. Heat must be high. Remember, family, your heat must. And when I say must, it must be high. You're not supposed to have it on a slow cooking, or else it's gonna become chewy. Look at those pieces, nice, broad, pretty pieces of liver. Now, it is time to put some soy sauce. Yeah, it is time for adding some soy sauce. Oh, I think this has never been used. Time for some soy sauce. So I think I've used about 2 or 2.5 tablespoons. This is not the dark one. Yeah. So look at it. This liver is cooking its way down right there with that steam. Look at this piece of liver. If you know anything about liver, you know that this is just so juicy. We're gonna let it cook with that steam and that oil for another, I think I went in there at about the 4 minutes interval. You're gonna have it there on the high heat, and then when we return, it will just be time to use our ketchup to make our gravy. High heat, give it a few stirs, and then when we come back, we're gonna be making the gravy, and we're gonna add some onion rings. We are right back at you, fam. Still on the high, and you see what is happening. It is so pretty. Let me show you what is happening. I did add the bell peppers, okay, off camera. So this is what the liver, this is the ability of the liver to make its own gravy. It has its own, I don't know why, but it has the ability to make its own gravy. You see what is happening there? Look at that. So what we're gonna do now, still on the high, we're gonna put some ketchup. If you don't want, if you have tomato paste, then you could, okay? If you don't like ketchup, you know, we have some ketchup police, them burn we out all the while, but I don't really have nothing against ketchup. So what you want to do, look at that. As you had the ketchup, look at that gravy. You want to get your flame right down to low, and you want to add this ketchup. Look at the beauty. You want to get this ketchup thoroughly mixed in. Look at it. You don't want to leave it all unattended to. Look at this. This is where you want to eat some white rice, some fried dumpling. What else, Dad? Some boiled bananas, some hard boiled Jamaican food. Look here, we're doing ram. Christmas is here. We're doing ramp with Debbie down a yard. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Where else? Look at this. Look at this. It's time now to go get our onion rings on the jar. Simmering away, onion rings in, right there at the top. I'm gonna just let this flame right off right now, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna cover this pot, and when you see me next, I'll be plating up some of this liver just for you. All done, and I'll be making a plate for you, and you will get to eat with your eyes in the next clip. All of this is just gravy. With liver, you don't use water. You don't use, and as I said before, there is a video tutorial that shows you how you can get it with less grease. Next clip, I'll have some dished up for you. You'll see what I'll be serving it with just for you. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your plate, and most of all to your stomach. It is just this stewed liver. I have cornmeal dumplings, I have Jamaican yellow yam, I have Irish potato. You guys just say potatoes, and I've got some bananas soft. So when you're finished, when you're through, you can just crush your bananas and mop it up in that liver gravy. Now if you have liked this video, remember to give it a big fat thumbs up. Remember to make sure, family, that you watch the videos, that you make sure you are watching the ads. Okay, today is the last day of November, and tomorrow is December. All being well, we're going to be having 12 days of Jamas. It's going to be our 5th year with you on the tube here. Thanks for the love, thanks for the support. Remember to look in the description of this and all my other videos and live, that you will see all the info to get on to me. Also, I'll be leaving the tutorial for you to go prepare your hard-boiled food, the tutorial for you to go make your choice of how you want to make your liver. This is your Christmas morning breakfast idea. Please do enjoy once more.